send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The world champion. It's got a 5 red lights, but oh my boss said send it on. Tomas gets pulled! Why has Rian retired? Abry's up to 7! Oh Jesus Christ! The
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the URC. You're joining myself, Shamrock, here in the commentary box for tonight's race around Canada in Montreal, round number 6 of the season. We were out there in Japan last week for round number 5, where it was a Ferrari 1-2, and there has been a couple of incidents since then that has caused a disqualification for both Red Bull in Imola and a disqualification for Ferrari in Japan. There was a legal driver, so that has cost some drivers some points. But as you can see, there has been a new grid as well. As you can see, I put it up on the screen here now. You can see that is the new lineup that we are working with for the season. And Hyper obviously is back in. So we'll go on our first lap here with Quiet Boy in the Racing Bull, making his URC debut, taking it nicely into turn 1 there. There's definitely something wrong with my graphic settings here, but we'll stay with him for this lap as we get the first lap over and done in this session. But we have 17 tonight. We could have 18 if Billy Wiz decides to join us. He is missing qualifying, I think he said, so if he's able to join us during the lobby reset, then that would be great as well. We can hide the URC intro now, sorry about that. Let's just see now what Quiet Boy can do as he's going to come across the line. And he's going to do a 109.9. That's a solid lap there set by the Racing Bull. Just bear with me here. Oh, can't change it then. Right, Luca does a 109.9 in that session in his first lap, and then Joker for Kick Sauber goes P3. So Joker, part of Kick Sauber's new lineup for the season. And FaZe Monkey goes P3 there for Haas. Yeah, we've got to revert back to graphics after in the lobby reset because these are just not good. And then Fran puts his Ferrari on pole, so we will try and go while we have a chance. You can see the driver standings on your screen at the moment, with Fran and Luca very close there, and the rest of the drivers then coming back into the picture as well, Hyper being one of them. And then looking at the constructors, as you can see there, Williams have fell backwards, with Alpine just ahead of them, along with McLaren moving up a place, as well as Ferrari. Aston Martin losing 2 places, with Racing Bulls making some big gains in the constructors up into 6th. And then obviously the 2 teams that have performed poorly this season are Haas and Sauber, but hopefully they'll be able to bounce back tonight. Obviously then we'll go back to the qualifying session. You all know we are in Belgium next week, round number 7 of the championship. I think we'll have Leo on comms in that race, so we will see how that goes. Looking at the rest of the laps throughout the field, Hyper has gone, as Archie's disconnected there as I say that. Hyper then back with his team at Mercedes has gone P2 there, and got Johnsy Boy in his new Aston Martin going 7th, with Vinny going P8, Yari in his Red Bull P9. Not a great first lap for him, as Lancer says, Mr. Negative, is that you? Is that you, Lancer? And then Solar stepping in for Mercedes tonight at 111 with Kloppo as well. I think they'll have to improve those laps for sure. Richie then, what can he do for Haas? He's going to come in. I think he invalidated Rando stepping in for Williams as well tonight, as Max isn't available to race in this one, so he's doing an outlap. Pickle Alex has invalidated his first attempt. So Canada, a track that's really easy to actually invalidate your lap time and exceed track limits, so we can expect to see some track penalties or time penalties tonight being applied And Kushti in the other Red Bull is on a push lap at the moment. He's not invalidated his lap, so we'll see what he can set as he comes through the final corner. It was pretty taken nicely. Gonna be an 11.6, so the slowest of all at the moment of those who have set a time. And Kloppo has been disqualified from the session due to blocking the pit lane. And we saw him on the pit lane exit there. He slowed down, I think. And yeah, seems like a pretty harsh way to be disqualified as Hyper steals provisional pole for the Mercedes. It's a really solid lap there. Hyper getting back into momentum, you know, and it's still not, he's still not out of contention, by the way. He may be 60 points back in the Drivers' Championship, but going into these two races, he was saying Canada and Belgium are some of his strongest tracks. He likes them. And he did say Silverstone was one of his stronger tracks as well after a few weeks, so it does make sense as to why his pace would be so strong. But nevertheless, he's back in Canada. Mercedes need him to perform. Yeah, Gaffo couldn't say it any better than he's just said it there. So no one else on a lap then. Quiet Boy is looking for improvements here. Keeping a tidy lap so far. Coming through sector 2. And he's up by 3/10. So could he put any pressure on the front two? Luca just holding on in there with in the top 4 at the moment, and Phase Monkey in P5. A really solid result there for Gaffo, who is the interim Haas team principal after Quiet Boy steps up to becoming a driver. And he comes across the line, and that's P2 for Quiet Boy, a 109.4 to put him on the front row ahead of the Ferrari man of Ferrari, who has his title rival behind him. And Luca just not improving at the moment. Vinny is 3/10 up in the first sector, so has he got some time to squeeze out of this lap potentially? Let's see if he's going to improve anything at the moment. He's half a second up on his lap, so this should be a big improvement for Vinny once he come across the line, potentially into the 109s. And Vinny didn't improve on his lap. He actually messed it up there. He messed it up in the third sector, which is a bit of a shame for him. Billy Wises is available, so we'll... Oh, sure, he's not appearing online. Like, how am I supposed to invite him? Why am I getting YouTube pings? Oh, but Billy, you're not, like, you're not appearing online. Not for me. So nothing I can do. If you're not appearing online for me, I can't invite you back in. It's as simple as that. I'm literally missing qualifying. So who's on lap? Johnsy Boy and Joker's into the pits. Johnsy Boy is completing a lap, so let's just see what he does now. Has he improved at all in this lap for Aston Martin? Goes P5. That's a good improvement for Johnsy Boy to put himself into the top 5. Metal is yet to set a lap. He's invalidated though, so he won't be setting a lap this time around. There's Billy Whiz. He'll get in for like the final lap, basically. Right, so far this has been the session. Ferrari on top so far. Fran looking for another pole position in this race. I think it would be his 5th or something in a row if he gets this one. Hyper obviously looking to take him off that, as well as Quiet Boy. Luca will need to try and challenge for this, given the race he had in Japan, which was a nightmare start on lap 1. Full dry race. Thanks, Hyper. I will take note of that. And the other guys who can take it to him, I suppose Yari needs a big improvement on his lap to try and get his Red Bull up more in the field. He has got his teammate in this race, and Billy Whiz will complete a lap, as well as Jitter Archie as well, who's managed to get back into the session. But Fran has just started his final lap of the session and he's invalidated, so he will maybe just have to try and get around again. But if he doesn't get around, he'll have to just pray. And there's not much time between him and Hyper behind, as well as Quiet Boy and Luca as well. There's a very small gap of 4 tenths between pole position, and then 7 tenths between P1 and P5. So there is a significant margin between P1 there and P5. But between P1 and P4, it's only a matter of 4 tenths. It's very close to get on the first and second rows of the grid. This is a yellow flag at the end of sector 2 there, Quiet Boy improving slightly. He's really pushing his Racing Bulls hard here. Racing Bulls, who were obviously third last week in Japan, or second, well, at the updated standings, have now obviously lost Richie to Haas. And it's going to be interesting now to see if Quiet Boy can improve on his lap time. I think, is that Luca ahead of him? Yes, so we're right on board with Luca for his... He's going to go for another push lap. I think Fran has gone for another one as well. And he just squeezed one in. Doesn't look like he improved there, but I think he's going again, is he? It doesn't look like it. I think he's going to abandon this one. Fran is on another lap, and he's a 10th down in the first sector, so he's going to have to try and find back that time, because Hyper is getting ready to go for a final lap. Although, will Hyper make it on time? He's got not that much time to get across the line. Fran is on a lap now. We just want to see if Hyper is going to be able to get across. He'll make it across with 3 seconds to go. And Fran did find some time and improves to a 109.198, just less than a 109.2. Very marginal improvement, and Hyper now, it's all down to him. And he's improving just under a 10th as well. So he has to find all the time now in the second sector. And it's just a question of, can he do it? Can he do it? Luca will finish 4th and Quiet Boy will finish 3rd. So there's no improvements on their side. It's all about what Hyper can do to deny Fran of a 5th pole position. And Hyper's up by a 10th. Just over, a little bit over a 10th here. What can he do in the 3rd sector? Can he put his Mercedes back on pole for the 2nd time this season? And what a statement return this would be for Hyper if he was to do that. Comes to the line, it could be very close. And it's not, it's a 109.2. It wasn't enough. I think he lost time in the final sector. And Fran, ladies and gentlemen, in the Ferrari, takes his 5th pole position. That is incredible for Fran, and now it's all about the start. Well, that is qualifying, folks. We'll take a picture of that, and we will... from 14th then to 18th as well, folks. We have to just make the grid now. So do bear with us while we do that, and we'll see you all again for lights out. Mike. Alright folks, welcome back, welcome back. That was probably the quickest lobby reset we've ever had. Everyone joined in very quickly, which is good to see. It's good to see that everyone got back into the lobby fast and didn't take a long time. So I got the grid there set up, just making sure all the drivers have their setups on, making sure they don't forget them. Some drivers do tend to do that. My predictions, Hyper was saying he bottled it there on the last corner. If Fran gets a good start, then I would say Fran could win this. If Hyper gets the better start though, I'm going to go with Hyper, just because Canada's narrow, it's hard to overtake. And then I'm going to say Luca P3. I'm just kind of being realistic, to be honest. Now, there should be a safety car on this track because it's so narrow. There should be one. Whether we get one or not, though, is a whole different question. But get your predictions in, guys, those who are watching on stream. Get your predictions in. Who's going to finish where? Who's going to DNF first? Who's going to be the driver of the day? I think Yari would probably make some positions up if he gets a good start. If he doesn't have any incidents on lap 1 and gets a clean start, clean getaway, he should be fine. But there's the timer going down, so we're getting ready to start. Here we go for 5 red lights in Canada. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a good start for Fran as we head down into Couture turn 1 and there's a car off. Oh, there's a big crash. Fran's out. It's lap 1 and Fran is out after contact with the Ferrari, with the Mercedes of Hyper. Oh my word. Oh my word. And Luca had a 10-second penalty there. Yeah, because oh my days. And the VSC has ended. We've gone back to racing. And what a hectic start. Johnsy Boy for Aston Martin is now leading this race. Hyper has dropped back a couple of positions. And look at this top 5. It's a lot different than what we had expected. In this race, on the stream, it looked like they had come together, and Fran is just saying that he was ghosted. Wow. That is something I did not expect to see on the opening laps of this race, but nevertheless. We are underway and Vinny now battling Hyper here for P6, and Hyper is going to get by him as a Williams of Rando into the pits and Billy Wiz as well, trying to keep up with the leaders. I don't know how Luca got that 10-second time penalty though. It's absolutely insane how he's got that, but this is big for the championship, this one. I don't know how I'd be feeling if I was Fran right now. Definitely some confusion. But nothing more from him, unfortunately. The Phased Monkey keeping up with the top 3 here, doing really well on the Haas, and Gaffo is in a great position here for Haas. He has got both of his drivers in the top 5. And Pickle Alex in P5 there for McLaren, so doing a solid job at the moment in this race. Yari as well has made up some places, as well as the kick Sauber of Joker, trying to get past Solar for P9, who has picked up a penalty as well. Goes a bit wide on the exit of that corner. That's going to allow Joker maybe an opportunity to get by on this next overtaking opportunity. Metal might have a look. No, he's just got to be a bit more patient and just wait for another opportunity to arise. But for the likes of the leaders then, nothing changing. As you can see, Luca staying with the Aston Martin now. Any points he can get from today. Remember, the gap is 4 points between him and Fran in the Drivers' Championship. And if this 10 seconds, of course, will affect him. But if he can finish anywhere in the points that's above 4, he'll take back the lead of the Drivers' Championship, because it's a big one. It's a big race now going into the second half of the season. But he's got FaZe Monkey to keep him company as well in P3, so FaZe Monkey, if he sees an opportunity to get by, perhaps he'll consider it. Have to say though, Johnsy Boy will feel like he's been definitely gifted the best start possible from this race, being in P1. He wasn't that happy actually about being moved from his Alpine, from his McLaren team, but he's in a better position now at the moment with Aston Martin, and a race win could definitely move them up the order. And FaZe Monkey now closer to the Alpine as Hyper gets past Richie there for P4, and he's just moving on at the moment in this race. He's kind of ignoring lap 1. He's not really thinking about it too much, because it's important not to. It's important not to worry too much about the first lap incident and just move on from it. It will be looked at by the stewards though, and what we'll be looking at is mainly the car's positioning on track. Yes, he was ghosted, but it's all about where he's positioned on the racetrack to make a verdict. Yeah, we're getting a lot of glitching on the front wings. I don't understand what's wrong with the graphics. It's just not loading in properly. I'm gonna have to maybe go through with Leo or something. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you watching. As you see now, here's a pack for P1, all separated in the DRS obviously, as Kloppo picks up a time penalty there for exceeding track limits. Hyper is still in P4 at the moment, so he's not really moving anywhere, but he's looking to go for a move on FaZe Monkey, not able to get it done there. I think he might have picked up a track limit though there, because that was a bit of an exceeding. And just look at that, the ERS usage to try and go up the inside of the Haas. Is he going to get it done? FaZe Monkey really fighting this one, just trying to keep up as he gets squeezed really to the inside and has to concede the position to the Mercedes man, who is really picking up the pace now. In this race, looking to get past Luca here as well in P2, and really put himself back in this championship fight. A win for Hyper tonight could do exactly that. It would bring him up to 50 points and would certainly give him a chance. Luca's got to get past John Zibo here, or at least in some way or one another they've got to try and work with each other, despite being with different teams. You know, they've just got to work together in a way to try and keep Hyper behind. But look at the exit Hyper's getting despite being on the slower tyre as well. He's getting a really good exit out of the corners as Solar comes into the pits there for a pair of hards, it looks like. We got a move here between the two Haas cars. Look at that Hyper and the Alpine of Luca making contact as they came through the corner there. And Hyper does get ahead of the Alpine. Luca's going for it up the inside, pushes the Mercedes wide. And Hyper gets a 3-second time penalty, so there's absolute drama unfolding here between Luca and the Mercedes. Luca's not going to give up that position easily, as Hyper gets an understeer moment on the rear of the car. His tyres aren't going to be happy about that. He certainly won't be happy himself about being shoved off. Look at that, he doesn't get DRS, so FaZe Monkey will breeze by. Richie might even get a look at him as well. Absolute drama happening in this race, and it's all in the Alpine garage, folks. I can tell you that is where the drama is kicking off. Luca just not happy with the start of his race. Gets a bit of understeer as well there, coming out of turn 1 and 2. So FaZe Monkey getting closer to him again. Luca's hit the wall there. There's been contact made with the wall. So is it just unfolding for Luca? That incident with Hyper is under investigation. That 3 seconds is definitely not Hyper's fault, but he's now under pressure as well from Hyper once again. Billy Wiz gets 3 seconds. Almost the entire grid has a 3-second penalty, and we're only 8 laps into this race. But at the moment he's going to be staying behind this Haas for the time being. He's just got to keep the head down, keep the head cool. Don't get too frustrated about Luca's movement there, because if you really did punt him off the track, then Luca's going to get penalised for that. There's no silly way about it. And Luca had another huge moment coming out of the Wall of Champions there, so any opportunity here is an opportunity for FaZe Monkey. But I just noticed FaZe Monkey is missing an end plate. His right end plate is missing, so that's probably why he's not been able to get a move done in the slower corners of the track, because he's just missing so much downforce because of this damage. And Fran really just letting out his frustration at this race, because he knows that it could have been a different way off the start. He could have been leading into turn 1, but just this game and its ghosting mechanics, well, they don't really help anyone. As he goes for a big move there, Hyper, and it hasn't paid off. Both Haas cars are going to get past him, and he's going to drop down to 5th. So is that frustration kicking in? Are we going to see the Haas drivers work together? No, Richie not going to be able to keep the Mercedes behind. And once again, Hyper back now up as he goes for a slide. Richie there, so a couple of cars pit. Johnsy Boy and Luca pits now to serve that penalty, and FaZe Monkey takes over the lead of this race. In the Haas, we can expect Hyper to try and get by as soon as he can. Luca will be serving that time penalty, it looks like. And we have a long way back now in this race as he comes on to the hard tyres. Johnsy Boy has come out in P10, and who was obviously the leader of this race. And Hyper all over the shop there as well, just went wide once again, so that would be another track limit penalty potentially. This race has been absolute cinema in the first 10 laps. There's been nothing short of drama, to say the least. Pickle Alex now has an opportunity to try and attack Hyper, or maybe Hyper's going to box. He's seen it on his tyres. Richie looking to get by there as well, as the McLaren goes for a big half spin there, basically feeling like he was probably being pushed through the corner. And Richie now up into P3. It's a Haas double podium as things stand. Yari has been up to P6, but obviously he hasn't pit yet. What a chaotic start to this race. Jake says get a grip of this race. I am trying to get a grip and understand the absolute chaos that is unfolding here in this race. Hyper now is really struggling on this rear, as you can see it for a lot of the cars in this race, that the rear tyres are just sliding out of the corners, but he's now brought it back to a DRS opportunity here, and Hyper opens up that rear wing to give him about 25 miles an hour extra bit of pace as he comes through the Wall of Champions sector there, looking to try and just get closer to FaZe Monkey, but FaZe Monkey so far unharmed by Hyper at the moment. He's been able to get back past him as well at times, so it's been a promising race from Kloppo with another 3 seconds. People not finding it easy to stay within track limits, but on this track, Canada, it's I find it impossible myself to keep it within the limits. So I can totally understand here. In this race, but so far it's definitely turned it on its head, upside down. Hyper is going to go for a move here into the hairpin up the inside of the Haas. The Haas might get a switch back here, and not on that time of asking, and he gets the DRS as well, so he gets that extra bit of slipstream. But FaZe Monkey staying with him despite not having the extra bit of speed. FaZe Monkey gets 3 seconds, so that will certainly put him out of contention for a race win if Hyper gets that removed anyway. Johnsy Boy, however, on his new hards, not being able to make much progress yet in this race on those new hard tyres. Let's see how Luca's doing down in P13. He hasn't got a time penalty anymore. He would just really need a safety car to get back in this race at the moment. But just another race for him where I think Fran wants to join the VC there. Give me 2 seconds there, guys. We'll bring him in. Oh, he's on time. Oh, he's timed out. I forgot. God's sake. There we go. Right, come on, friend. Well, until he's there, we'll just wait. So Hyper has taken the lead of the race, as we said. He's ahead now of FaZe Monkey. Hey, friend. How's it going, buddy?
Hello. It's going pretty bad.
Yeah, we were just talking about the race start after it, and on our side of it, we didn't see the two cars ghosted. We just saw like a collision come together. But what did you see from your perspective?
That was, to be fair, I got the better start on Hyper, and we were kind of ghosted. And then I thought, oh yeah, we're gonna stay ghosted for the entire corner, so I didn't like really try to move. So it was a bit of a poor decision from me, and I just hope I didn't give him any damage or make his less of it make his race a bit worse. So even though he went down to P6, I believe.
Yeah.
But I hope I just didn't give him damage, and yeah, I probably apologize after the race.
Yeah, it's obviously a shame for yourself as well. I won't keep you here too long, but in the midst of the championship and everything, you know, 6 races to go after this. This is, you would probably say it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I could be leading right now, and I'm not. So I'm going home with nothing. So 6 final races for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but look, I think there's always another opportunity, and Belgium is the next one. So hopefully you'll be able to, you know, hit the ground running from there and just take it as a new one, take it as a new opportunity.
Yeah. Obviously, mistakes are what makes you grow, and now that I've done this mistake, I'll probably never do it again, and be more careful in the future. So I can't wait for Belgium now. It's I'm already getting impatient. So
absolutely. Well, look, Fran, thank you for the insight on the incident, and hopefully we'll see you back stronger next week in Belgium for sure. Another pole though is amazing, so well done on that.
yeah, I'm coming for Brandon Clark's record, mate. So cheers, thank you.
No bother. Have a good night, friend. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, cheers.
Alright, that was Fran there giving an insight into what happened on lap 1, and Fran is now asking for the time penalty. So here's the penalty situation then. Quiet Boy picked up a 10-second time penalty. He still hasn't got rid of that. Yari's got 6 seconds, as well as Hyper's got 6 seconds. FaZe Monkey's got 3 seconds. Pick Alex has 9 seconds. A lot of penalties. Look at that. Solar and Billy Wiz with 16 seconds of time penalties. I mean, gotta ask questions there, really, of how that happens. That was Lancer actually, sorry, that wasn't Fran. And look at this, Johnsy Boy is fired up on his hard tyres, and he's going to go for the move on Owl's Joker there for P2, and he takes back the lead of this race. He's on fresh tyres, so this should be interesting. As there's a kick Sauber going slowly. That's Joker, is it? Yeah, he lost his front wing. How on earth did he do that? McLaren there, Pick Alex looking to get past. This will be a bit of a shame for Sauber, a team that, you know, a team that has been unfortunate this season with their driver pairing. One of their new drivers just didn't bother to show up tonight, so that's not a really good first impression, as Hyper gets past Yari then for P3, and now on the back of Quiet Boy, he's just going to really breeze past him. Quiet Boy just kind of gets out of the way, not even really trying to, I suppose, put up a battle or anything, but he has got 16 lap old hard tyres, so he's not going to be able to fight that anyway. Meanwhile, Luca is kind of catching back up to the pack, and he doesn't have time penalties either, so he could still make some gains in the championship, as Quiet Boy comes into the pits then after doing 16 laps on those tyres, and now Johnsy Boy has Hyper behind him on a fresh pair of mediums. Oh, Hyper spun! Oh my god! Hyper's lost the car. There's actually no way. There's actually no way, and I caught that. This time I didn't miss it. But yeah, Hyper's tyres now just absolutely cooked. They have to be after that, and he just can't keep it on the track. He almost spun again. Oh my days. I tell you, if Hyper crashes out, this is a disaster for Mercedes. But Johnsy Boy will be happy to see that for definite. Yari now is under a lot of pressure from the Mercedes man behind, and Hyper is just going to breeze past him once again. Yari should probably pit. this lap. He's done now the longest stint and he comes in. That's smart from Yari. And Pickle Alex will stay out now to try and close the gap. Luca can see Hyper now in his sights, and Luca's put himself now in the top 5. 9 laps done on those hards, so half spin there for Luca as well. So everyone really struggling on their rear tyres. Bluefoot saying this would have been his race. Well, if you could manage our back tyres, Blue, this probably would have been, to be honest, because this has been a matter of everyone sliding around the track, in a rather sticking to the track, to be honest. And it's FaZe Monkey now who has gained a lot of time to John Z Boy up ahead, trying to make the most of his mediums. John Z Boy keeping himself clean with no time penalties. The same for Luca, as Shitter Archie there gets overtaken by Quiet Boy in the Racing Bulls, now with no time penalties. So the safety car guys could really shape things up for the guys who don't have penalties. Joker as well, who is outside the points, but a late safety car could turn things around for him. 15 laps to go in this race around Montreal, and right now it's Aston Martin looking to get their first win of the season since Francesco departed to Ferrari. And remember, their last win was Jeddah this season. So John Z Boy looking to add to that number of tally and get his Aston Martin start on a fantastic way, really. But FaZe Monkey keeping him company. Did FaZe Monkey get that front wing replaced? I can't see it. No, he didn't. He didn't set it to yes, so that's probably an error, which he should have done. Rando is looking to almost get lapped at the moment. They're down in 17th for Williams. Williams taking home the points with Metal today once again at the moment. So it has been a bit of a backward season there for Ben right now, and John Z Boy gets overtaken and hits the wall. Hyper hits the wall too. But I wonder what happened there. And John Z Boy and Hyper, they're going side by side through the corner, and John Z Boy is going to lose out on that occasion, but he absolutely smacked it into the wall of champions there, and that's going to definitely cause him a lot of trouble. But if he can just stay with the pack ahead of him now, if he can stay with these two drivers, he could still be on for the race win. These mediums won't go the distance, so I'd say they'll be stopping again. The hards could potentially go to the end. It's just a matter of playing it out and seeing how it all unfolds. Luca now has caught Richie in the Haas. As Metal has left the session, we'll try and get him back in. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's for Solar, I believe. Kloppo getting another 3-second time penalty. A lot of time penalties. In this race, as John Z Boy then pits again to replace that front wing and a fresh set of hards. So I think he probably felt he couldn't do much with that damage. And Hyper gets another 3 seconds and a moment of oversteer on the rear. And lads, I just don't understand what's going on with Hyper in this race. He had another moment there. He's picked up now up to 9 seconds of penalties, and if it stays like this, you know, for the rest of the race, and these two pit again, it falls into the hands of Pickle Alex and McLaren. A lot of questions being asked here about Hyper in this race, but I suppose when you go away for so long, you kind of just, you're not able to get back into the rhythm. And Metal Metal joins there once again now, so we'll see Richie and Pickle Alex going to battle here, but for the moment, Pickle Alex able to stay ahead of the Haas driver. Nothing gained at the moment between, as Luca pits again onto another set of hards, so there is going to be a 2-stop in this race. We can confirm that. And Richie gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track limits. And so far Hyper just staying behind the Haas car at the moment. But yeah, what a race this has been. Really up and down. It's been one of those races that have been very chaotic in terms of the time penalties and the spins. It's been a weird one, for sure. As Luca and Johnsy Boy battling there for P9. And this is... it could be coming into this race for the race lead. And Johnsy Boy gets past Metal Metal. That's big for the rest of his race. Now Luca has to get by as well. Hyper, is he going to be able to get a move done on FaZe Monkey? Not just yet. As Yari gets past WTEC7 Vinny there in his new McLaren and up into P5. I think this is WTEC Vinny getting past the lapped car of Solar. There's a yellow flag there. Who is that for? Williams going slow, I think. Some car going slowly back there. And Luca picks up 3 seconds. Lads, what is going on here? There's a yellow flag, Metal Metal. Had a mistake there. And FaZe Monkey gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Something so avoidable. Hyper comes into the pits now as well. And Pickle Alex stays out. Who else is staying out as well? Yari has stayed out. Johnsy Boy gets 3 seconds, so everyone other than Joker has a time penalty. This is madness. This is absolutely madness. Oh, Pickle Alex going for half a spin there. And as Hyper gets past Vinny there in the McLaren. Everyone with time penalties is just insane. Like, can you imagine if a safety car does come out in the final stages and Joker's in the pack, he could win the race. Like, just saying. That's how many penalties there are right now. And he comes in now to the pits. As Yari stays out, ladies and gentlemen, to take the lead of a Grand Prix. This is insane. And there goes FaZe Monkey on the Red Bull. And Yari drops down now to P2 there. Hyper and Johnsy Boy getting past the Racing Bull of Quiet Boy. And looking at the penalty situation once again, here it is. So Johnsy Boy can still win this race, as well as Luca and Quiet Boy. Richie and Pick Alex are definitely out of contention. If a safety car comes out and everyone's bunched up, Joker can win this race. Oh my god, Johnsy Boy and Luca there. That is twice that Luca's done that. Sorry, did Johnsy Boy just put the Alpine in the wall? What am I seeing? And then Luca's just driven into the back of Johnsy Boy. What am I seeing? A VSE. And then... Oh, lads. What have I just seen? That is horrendous. It's gonna kick off. There goes Luca. He's left. That is just hey Silence, how's it going? That's something you don't want to see. I don't know how to read into it. I think Luca went for a crazy move up the inside, pushing Johnsy Boy off the track. Johnsy Boy retaliates, putting Luca into the wall. Which then forced Luca then to just retaliate again and hit the back of Johnsy Boy. So the actions of both. So Luca is the main one to blame there, because he sends a move up the inside, forcing. We have a steward apparently, guys, who's wanting to share some opinions. Where's Jake? Is that a safety car? I missed a fucking safety car. You're kidding me. I'm trying to pay attention to the race, Jordan, but as you can see, Silence guy, I see, I know you're XC Tyler. Man, I don't understand what's going on with your accounts, man. Like, have you got some Epstein files in your disk on your mobile device or something? Like, because you just keep getting banned. But no, I want you in the league, man. But if you can find a way to get back in, then yeah, that's great. Like, do try and join back. But I'm just trying to deal with like two situations here at the moment. Got device banned. Oh mate, you shouldn't say dumb stuff then. Like, it's as simple as that. Like. You literally have to be careful about what you say. Right, apologies guys, I know I'm missing a few moments of the race, and I do apologise that, but we are trying to deal with this crazy situation. But here are the tyres, and as you can see, a couple of drivers have gone for the softs, a couple have gone for the mediums. This race can really end any way. No, Tyler, you're not annoying me at all, buddy. Just the only thing that's annoying me is an incident between two drivers. So I'm trying to keep cool, remain calm, and just try and deal with that as well as paying attention to the race. It's difficult to do that, but yeah, trying to keep two drivers relaxed and not lose their heads or. But just there's no justification to that driving or that type of driving. There you go, ST. There's the penalty situation. Yeah, there's no justification to that level of racing. Absolutely not. And the way Luca has raced tonight has just not been good. You know, so he needs to change that. Now, Johnsy Boy's retaliation isn't great either. You know, it's not good to retaliate like that because it creates problems for you. But the whole move that started it was Luca's move up the inside and pushing Johnsy Boy off the track. That's why Johnsy Boy retaliated. That's the cause. The retaliation then, like Johnsy Boy didn't have to retaliate that way. He could have just drove on, reported it, we would have dealt with it. It would have been all Luca's fault. Nevertheless, guys, we do have a race to get back to, and we are going to focus on that in the remaining laps of this race. So we'll go to Richie for the safety car restart. Billy Wiz retires in the pit lane, so he will not get that stop that he wants, and Hyper gets past Richie to try and win this race on track. It's not going to matter really with the penalty situation. Luca gets 10 seconds there for ignoring yellow flags. I think he's in the pits there now. Looks like he is he? No, I think he's lost his head a bit, I think. I think he's driving angry, which is not how you want to be driving in this race. So Hyper now just pulling away at the moment in these final laps of this race, as Billy Wiz does retire from this race. So we're down to 15 now in this race, and it's just important for Joker there to stay. Basically Joker has to stay within, I think, 9 seconds. That's all he has to do, as Hyper crosses the line to take the fastest lap of the race. And now the gap 2.4 seconds. You have to look really at the gap to leader. Joker 6 seconds is the gap between him and P1. Remember, he has to keep that. He has to stay within 9 seconds. He probably doesn't know it yet that he has to stay within that time frame, and he can do it. He can do it. But that gap's now 7 seconds, and remember, Hyper's going to appeal his 3-second penalty that he got from Luca forcing him off. So that would take him down to a 6-second penalty, which would give him the win. I think, would it? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how this race is going to end, to be honest, and who is going to end up where. We are on the final lap of the race now, so we'll just have to see who's going to cross the line first. But Hyper started off this race with a collision with Fran, which Fran has taken fault for, or he said himself. But I think it will have to be looked into, regardless of who's owning up. It's not just good. It's not just enough to own up to an incident. We do have to look into it respectively, into both sides and how it happened, because it could have been avoided. As there's a car off in Sector 3, that's a Red Bull of Kushti going slow. But it's going to be Hyper as he comes through Sector 3. He's going to take the win on track for Mercedes. It's going to be very interesting now. Hyper qualified P2. He messed up Sector 3. So I think he would have been on pole, but he messed it up. Anyway, Hyper going to cross the line for P1 for Mercedes. Then, following FaZe Monkey, where does he finish as he crosses the line? He finishes P1. What about Yari? Joker gets P2. I think FaZe Monkey has won it for Haas. He has! Haas have a race win! FaZe Monkey has won the Canadian Grand Prix! Joker misses out by 0.8 of a second. Hyper still finishes on the podium. And Yari finishes 5th after all those penalties. And Jitter Archie takes home 2 points for Ferrari in what could have been more. Pekka Alex keeps the McLaren double top 10 score going. What a race! FaZe Monkey take a bow. Race win. FaZe Monkey taking a win for Haas in what has been so long. They haven't won a race in ages, Haas. It's been such a long time. I think the most wins they have, and we'll just check it there in the Hall of Fame. Haas have 8 wins in the URC, just behind the Racing Bulls team, which is 9. This will take them to 9 wins. And now, on race number 92, FaZe Monkey becomes our 34th race winner of all time. What a celebratory occasion. for FaZe Monkey and Haas F1 team, who have been really struggling this season. And there you have it, your final race results. FaZe Monkey, Joker, Hyper, C or Quiet Boy, Yari P5, Richie P6, P7, Metal P8, Metal P7, Vinny P8, Jitter Archie P9, and Pickle Alex rounds out the top 10. It's a no points scoring for our two title contenders. That will certainly make everything very, very interesting. That is an insane race. Folks, we have got podium interviews coming up in this, so do stay tuned for that. FaZe Monkey, Joker, and Hyper, if you're available for an interview, please join. Just explaining there to Richie about the podium procedure. So podiums are done for the drivers who finish on the podium on track, and then once the penalties are updated in the standings, they are then obviously changed. So there's no interviews for that, obviously, but it just depends. I don't think you did, Richie, unfortunately, because the penalties applied anyway at the end of the race, so it's different if they were pending penalties. Right, let's drag Hyper in here, seeing as he's the first one to join us. Hello, hello, hello.
Hola.
Welcome back, Hyper, obviously. Very much welcome back to the league. How did you find that race?
Shit. The kindness of it.
It was a bit of a difficult one, wasn't it? I think you've had a lot of understeer on your rear tires for a lot of the race. You were spinning a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Plus I got killed. I don't actually know what lap it is. I'm trying to find it.
That was with Luca, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got punted off the track.
I think if I get that pen removed, I win on track. Or win because of it.
Do you?
Well, I had 9 seconds.
And
Obviously
you were 4 seconds.
I was 4.5 seconds clear.
Yeah. I think we'd have to look at the end margins in the end and everything, but obviously if you are appealing that track penalty, just make sure you have your race director and everything. But we know it's...
Oh, I don't have the race director. I know I didn't get a penalty after the one that gave me the 9, like a warning, because I made sure I stayed away from it.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's just mainly that incident then that got you the 3 seconds. So yeah, look, we'll look into that, and obviously a verdict will be given on it and everything. So, but yeah, for now you're P3, so a podium isn't a bad way to end if all things go differently, you know, and a pretty good way to return as well. But obviously the win was there for yourself today. Just one of those tracks, yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of my better tracks when I'm good at it. Today I was just, the tires decided, because of the hairpin, they kept overheating, and then more wear every lap, and then just kept sliding and sliding then. Yeah, absolutely. But look, how did you find qualifying as well? You said you messed up on sector 3. So I hit the wall of champions on exit. Oh, okay, so that's probably where you lost all the time. But yeah, look, obviously a good podium gain for yourself there tonight, and looking forward then to Belgium next week. What do you think of that? It's one of my better tracks, I find. If it rains, I love it. If it's really dry, it could be dodgy. Just with people sending it into the Camel Straight at the end of the Camel Straight.
It's because of it's such an overtaken zone. It's very easy to punt someone.
Absolutely. Well, look, obviously, well done tonight on the return, and
Thank you.
hopefully Belgium will be a bit more of a less track limit penalty week, I guess, for you, because everyone went through that tonight, and it was clearly so hard to keep it within the limits. But yeah, no, well done to you, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you.
Right, so it doesn't seem like FaZe Monkey there is joining, and Joker said he'd pass on the interview, so and FaZe Monkey isn't available either. So that means, so we'll just give our congratulations then to Joker. He'll finish on the podium regardless, because I think the minimum he'll finish is P3. I think FaZe Monkey will be lowered to P2 if this penalty goes different ways. But you know, that's something just for the stewards to look into, and I'm sure we will take a look at it after the race. So yeah, well done to Joker for getting a podium there for Sauber, and for Haas, FaZe Monkey, the win obviously is being investigated because so he's reporting Luca for that punt, which we'll have to look into. But for now it's obviously FaZe Monkey and Haas taking that win on track. So look, folks, I don't know if Jake wanted to come in there. Are you joining interview room? Let me see if I can get him in here. Invite to voice. Invite. We're just gonna wait on Jake here, guys, the Ferrari team principal. He's gonna give, well, as stewards ourselves, you know, there needs to be some talk about that incident. Why is Jay not able to join? Okay, Jake, you're on mute.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you there. Can you hear me?
Nice. Yep.
Okay, so Jake, as a steward, you have a verdict or a view or an argument, I suppose, to provide on that incident with Luca and Johnsy Boy. Do you?
Oh, it was just stupid. I don't even know what he was thinking, to be honest, because one, the move's never on. Two, he goes in way too hot and he's never making the corner. And yep, it's just stupid racing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's certainly taking a risk, and I guess a risk that that just didn't pay off for him at all, and he was kind of driving with a hot head after that moment and just lost the plot. Really, I was kind of shocked to see it myself. But
he tried it earlier on in the race and he smashed into Hyper doing it, so obviously it's not worked. And then he goes and tries it again, and like, what did he think was going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm just trying to talk to him here about it, and because he's left the league, like, and he doesn't want to come back. So I'm trying to.
Paddy. Right, okay.
He's just had that in a mist of rage moment, like.
Yeah.
So
blind rage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't want him quitting this whole season because of that moment. Like, it's not saying he's not at fault. He's the moment with Hyper and the moment with Johnsy Boy. He's completely at fault for forcing them off. But you know, we have to look into both POVs from both drivers in order to come to a fair verdict. But yeah, that obviously seems, ladies and gentlemen, like the big task that we have at our hands to deal with. Luca will hopefully join back because he is in a title fight. Hopefully for this it doesn't end over a hissy fit for him. That would be the worst thing. And yeah, that has been Canada. There's a lot of incidents to go through. We are in Belgium next week with Leopold on comms. So he has given the green flag for that, and he'll be available. And yeah, just want to thank everyone, obviously, for turning up tonight to the race, making this possible, as carnage and chaotic as it was, with a lot of track penalties and just some bad standards of racing. We'll certainly have to look at Canada for calendar choices, because this race does not.
I don't think it should have been on anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that now, to be fair. But look, it's a lesson learned. And yeah, good night, lads. Have a good one. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon.